everyone, welcome back to the Jay and May English podcast. Today we're talking about something so many of you have asked us about, the fastest way to learn English.
And honestly, Mr. J loves this topic because there are so many myths around it. People think there's some secret shortcut, like a magic pill.
Right, and spoiler alert, there is no magic pill. But there is a smart path, and that's what we're breaking down today.
Exactly. We're going to give you a real, honest roadmap. No fake promises, no fluent in 7 days nonsense.
If you've ever felt stuck, slow, or just confused about where to even start with English, this episode is literally made for you.
And Mr. J wants you to know something before we begin. Feeling stuck doesn't mean you're bad at English. It usually just means nobody showed you the right method yet.
That hit me hard, actually, because I remember feeling that way too. Like, why is everyone else getting it and I'm just sitting here lost?
And that feeling is so common. So today, we fix that.
Okay, so Mr. J, let's start with the big question. Why does learning English feel so slow for so many people?
Great question to open with. The number one reason is this. Most people study English, but they don't use English. There's a huge difference.
Ooh, wait, can you explain that more? Because I feel like studying is using it, right?
So think about learning to swim. You can read every book about swimming, you can memorize every stroke, every technique, but until you jump in the water, you cannot swim.
Okay, that makes so much sense. Like, you can study the word swim, but you still can't actually swim.
Exactly. And English is the same. The fastest learners are the ones who speak from day one, even badly, even with mistakes.
Even if it sounds terrible?
Especially if it sounds terrible at first, because that's how your brain wires itself for real language.
Okay, I love that. And this is actually why this podcast exists, right? To get people actually using English, not just studying it.
100%. And here's something interesting. In 2026, we have tools that make this easier than any other time in history. AI tutors, personalized apps, podcasts like ours.
Which brings me to, why does this topic matter so much right now in 2026 specifically?
Because English is still the number one language for jobs, travel, online content, and international communication. If you improve your English, you directly improve your opportunities.
Like better jobs, better travel experiences, more connections online.
All of that. A person who speaks confident English literally has access to a bigger world than someone who doesn't. It's that real.
That's kind of motivating and a little scary at the same time.
But here's the good news. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be good enough to communicate, and we can get you there faster than you think.
Okay, and before we go deeper, if you're loving this episode already, please subscribe to the Jay and May English podcast. We drop new episodes every week to help you improve your English fluency step by step.
And share this with one friend who's learning English right now. Seriously, one share can change someone's whole learning journey.
All right, let's get into the real stuff. Mr. J, what's the first pillar of fast English learning?
Pillar 1. Speak every single day, even for just 5 to 10 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes? That's it?
That's it to start. See, most beginners wait. They say, I'll speak when my English is better. But that day never comes if you keep waiting.
That's literally me 2 years ago. I kept saying, not yet, not yet.
And so many listeners are doing the exact same thing right now. Here's the thing. Your brain learns language through use, not through waiting.
So what can a total beginner do, like someone who only knows hello and thank you?
Perfect. Start there. Read simple sentences out loud. Talk to yourself in English while you make breakfast. Describe what you see around you.
Wait, talk to yourself? Like out loud?
Out loud. I am making coffee. The cup is blue. Today is Wednesday. Simple, but your mouth, your ears, and your brain are all working together.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I used to do this and I felt crazy, but it actually works.
It absolutely works. And now, in 2026, you can also talk to an AI tutor that responds back, corrects your pronunciation, and has a full conversation with you.
Oh, that's actually huge for people who are shy, because you're not embarrassed in front of a real person.
Exactly. The AI doesn't judge you. You can make the same mistake 50 times, and it just calmly helps you fix it.
Wait, here's the best part though. You said even 5 minutes a day is enough to start, so literally anyone listening right now has time for this.
Anyone. 5 minutes during lunch, 5 minutes before bed. The consistency matters more than the length.
Okay, pillar 1, speak every day, even alone, even badly, even for 5 minutes. Got it. What's pillar 2?
Pillar 2 is about vocabulary, but not the way most people study it.
Oh no, are you going to tell me I don't need to memorize a dictionary?
Exactly that. Here's the truth. English has over 170,000 words, but guess how many you need to have a real everyday conversation?
I don't know, 5,000?
The first 1,000 words cover the majority of daily conversation, and once you reach 3,000 words, you can understand most everyday texts, podcasts, and messages.
3,000 words versus 170,000. That's actually really comforting.
Right? It's like you don't need to read the whole map, you just need to know the roads you actually use.
I love that analogy. So what are these high-frequency words, like the most common ones?
Words like want, need, feel, think, have, go, make, say, know, get. Verbs like these, simple connectors, everyday nouns. These are your power words.
And if someone focuses only on these first, they start understanding things much faster, right?
So much faster. And here's the psychological win. When you suddenly understand a TV show or a song or a podcast in English, that feeling of, I get it, that motivation keeps you going.
Oh, that moment is so real. I remember the first time I understood a full YouTube video in English without subtitles. I literally called my friend to tell her.
That's the moment. And smart vocabulary learning creates more of those moments faster.
Okay, so to recap pillar 2, focus on the most common 1,000 to 3,000 words first, not everything at once.
Perfect. And learn them in context, in sentences, in conversations, not just as a list.
That's such an important detail because I used to just stare at word lists and nothing stuck.
Because your brain doesn't store isolated words easily. It stores meaning, context, and emotion. So learn words inside a sentence you actually care about.
This changed everything for me when I understood this. Like, learn the word inside a story, not just on a flashcard alone.
Exactly. Okay, pillar 3, and this one is my personal favorite.
Ooh, what is it?
Comprehensible input. And before you panic at that word, May, what do you think comprehensible means?
Something you can understand? Like, it's not too hard?
Perfect. Comprehensible input means English content that you can mostly understand, not perfectly, but about 70 to 90%.
So not too easy, not too hard, like Goldilocks English.
Yes, Goldilocks English. I love that. Too easy and your brain gets bored. Too hard and your brain shuts down.
So what does that look like practically? What counts as comprehensible input?
Simple podcasts for learners. Graded readers. Those are books written specifically for English students. Easy YouTube videos with subtitles. Shows you've already seen in your own language.
Oh, that last one. I watched Friends in English after seeing it in my language first, and it was so much easier to follow.
Because your brain already knows the story, so it focuses on the language, not on figuring out the plot.
That's actually a genius strategy. Use your own brain's shortcuts.
And here's the extra layer. Researchers say it's not just about understandable input. It needs to be compelling, meaning so interesting that you almost forget you're studying.
So the best English practice is content you actually enjoy.
100%. If you love cooking, watch English cooking videos. If you love football, follow English football podcasts. Your interest makes your brain absorb language faster.
Wait, so basically enjoying English content is studying English.
When it's at the right level, absolutely yes.
Mr. J, why did nobody tell me this in school?
Because school often teaches language as a subject instead of as a living thing you use. That's the old model.
Okay, so pillar 3, listen to and read English that you mostly understand and that you genuinely enjoy. That's your input diet.
Beautiful summary. Now, pillar 4, and this one is about how you review what you learn.
Oh, like flashcards, or is that old school now?
Flashcards are actually still amazing if you use them the smart way. The key is something called spaced practice.
Spaced practice. What does spaced mean here?
So imagine you learn a new word today. If you review it again tomorrow, then in 3 days, then in a week, then in 2 weeks, you will remember it for a very long time.
Because you're spacing out the review, not cramming it all at once.
Exactly. A big study, a meta-analysis, which means research that looks at many other studies together, found that spaced practice beats cramming every single time for long-term memory.
So studying 50 words every Sunday is actually worse than studying 10 words every day across the week?
Far worse for memory. The Sunday cramming session feels productive, but most of it is gone by Tuesday.
Oh, okay, that is a little painful to hear because I definitely did the Sunday cramming thing.
Most people do, but now you know better. Short, consistent review sessions are your new best friend.
And apps like Anki, Duolingo, they actually use this spaced system automatically, right?
They do. That's exactly what those review systems are built on. The app decides when to show you a word again based on how well you remembered it.
So the app is basically doing the scheduling for your brain.
Doing the hard thinking, so you just have to show up and practice.
Honestly, that's kind of beautiful. Okay, pillar 4 is spaced practice. Short daily reviews beat big weekend cramming sessions.
Perfect. And now, pillar 5. This one surprises a lot of people.
Ooh, what is it? Please don't say drink more water.
Close. It's sleep.
Sleep? Sleep is a pillar of learning English?
100%. Research on intensive language courses found something fascinating. Learners who slept well, especially getting enough REM sleep, showed better language improvement than those who didn't.
REM sleep, that's the deep dreaming sleep, right?
Yes, and during that phase, your brain actually processes and stores what you learned that day. It's like your brain does a filing session while you're unconscious.
So staying up until 2 a.m. cramming vocabulary is actually hurting you.
It's working against you. You learn better in the day, you sleep well at night, and your brain consolidates, meaning locks in, those memories while you sleep.
This changed everything for me. I used to feel guilty sleeping instead of studying, but now I know good sleep is part of studying.
Exactly, especially if you're doing an intensive program or an English boot camp. The rest is not wasted time, it's essential processing time.
Okay, so to summarize the 5 pillars so far, speak daily, learn high-frequency vocabulary, use comprehensible and interesting input, practice with spaced review, and sleep well.
That's your complete fast-track foundation right there.
That's actually so doable. Like, none of that is crazy or impossible.
And now let's talk about what makes 2026 specifically special for English learners.
Yes, because when you were learning English, Mr. J, you didn't have all these AI tools, right?
Not at all. My generation had textbooks, CDs, and maybe a language exchange pen pal if you were lucky.
Pen pal. Okay, so compare that to now. What do learners have in 2026?
Right now, learners have AI tools that can automatically adjust the difficulty of what they're reading or listening to based on their personal level.
So the content gets harder as you get better, like a video game difficulty that matches your skill.
perfect analogy, and tools like Duolingo Max, Speakly AI, and OpenAI's English Tutor can simulate real conversations, give instant pronunciation feedback, and create exercises built around your interests.
Wait, built around your interests? So if I love K-dramas, it can teach me English through K-drama style content?
Exactly that kind of personalization. Your learning path is shaped around what you like and what you need to improve.
That is honestly wild compared to one standard textbook for 30 students that I remember from school.
And the key thing about these AI tools, they remove two huge barriers for beginners: fear and access.
Fear because you're not embarrassed talking to an AI, access because you don't need to pay for an expensive human tutor every day.
You can practice speaking at midnight or at 6 a.m. in your pajamas without any judgment.
That is the dream learning environment, honestly.
And combining AI practice with our 5 pillars, that's when learning truly accelerates.
Okay, so now let's talk about the stuff people believe that's actually wrong, because I feel like there are so many myths about learning English fast.
So many. And these myths actually slow people down because they follow the wrong path.
Myth number 1, I need to live in an English-speaking country to learn fast. True or false?
False. 100% false in 2026. Virtual immersion is completely real now.
What does virtual immersion mean?
It means surrounding yourself with English even from home. English podcasts in the morning, English YouTube videos while you cook, English music while you walk, AI conversation while you commute.
So your environment can be English even if your location isn't an English-speaking country.
Exactly. Location is not the factor. Your daily English exposure is the factor.
That's actually empowering, because not everyone can just move to London or New York.
And honestly, many people who move to English countries still don't improve fast because they just speak their own language with their community there.
Oh, wow. So it's about the habit, not the passport stamp.
Perfectly said. Habit over location. Okay, myth number 2.
Myth number 2, I should learn grammar first, then start speaking.
This one is so common and it causes so much delay. Here's the truth. Children don't learn grammar rules before they speak. They speak, they make mistakes, and grammar develops naturally through use.
So grammar isn't something you master first and then unlock speaking. Grammar develops as you speak.
As you speak, listen, and read in context. Modern teachers and research agree on this. Learn grammar through using the language, not by memorizing rules in isolation.
Because if you wait for your grammar to be perfect before speaking, you will literally never speak.
Never. Perfect is the enemy of progress in language learning.
I love that. Perfect is the enemy of progress. Okay, myth number 3, and this one makes me so angry when I see it online.
Let me guess. Fluent in 30 days?
Yes, the courses that promise fluency in 30 days. Why is this a myth?
Because of how the brain builds long-term memory. Can you make big progress in 30 days? Absolutely yes. Can you go from 0 to fluent in 30 days? No, not sustainably.
Because the brain needs repetition over time. Sleep, review, real practice. That can't all happen in 30 days.
An intensive 30-day program can absolutely jumpstart your progress, give you strong foundations, vocabulary, confidence, but lasting fluency needs months and years of regular practice after that.
So those courses aren't lying about seeing progress, they're just not telling you the full picture.
And setting unrealistic expectations is actually harmful, because when day 31 arrives and you're not fluent, you feel like a failure, when actually you've made great progress.
And then people give up, which is the worst possible outcome.
The worst. Real message for listeners. You can see real progress in weeks. Fluency is a journey of months and years. Both things are true.
Okay, let's talk about the challenges, because even with the right method, there are real obstacles people face.
The biggest one? Fear of speaking. And it's more common than people admit.
I had this so bad. Even when I understood what someone said, I would freeze. Like my brain would go blank the moment I had to speak.
And this is not a language problem. It's a confidence and anxiety problem. The language knowledge is there, but the fear blocks it.
So, how do you break through that fear?
Two things. First, AI practice, like we mentioned. Low pressure, no judgment. Second, start incredibly small. Don't try to have a full conversation first. Just say one sentence, then two.
Build confidence in tiny steps until speaking starts to feel normal.
And here's the thing about making mistakes. Mistakes are not failure. In language learning, mistakes are literally how your brain learns what works and what doesn't.
So, the fear of making mistakes is actually the thing preventing you from making progress.
Exactly backwards, right? The mistakes are the lessons.
Wait, here's the best part of this. Every single fluent English speaker made thousands and thousands of mistakes to get there.
Every single one, including people you think speak perfectly now.
That's actually really reassuring. Okay, second challenge?
Information overload and app hopping. In 2026, there are hundreds of English apps, courses, YouTube channels, and podcasts, and learners jump from one to another without building a stable routine.
Oh, this is so real. I've downloaded maybe 15 different apps and barely finished any of them.
And the problem isn't the apps, it's the hopping. Constantly switching gives you the feeling of learning without the actual progress.
So, what's the solution?
Pick one simple daily routine and commit to it for at least 30 days before judging it. For example, 10 minutes of listening, 10 minutes of repetition practice, 5 minutes of speaking, 5 minutes of review. 30 minutes total.
That's it? 30 minutes a day?
Consistent 30 minutes every day will beat 3 hours on Saturday every single time. We already talked about why. Spaced practice and consistency.
And it's also just more sustainable. Like, I can find 30 minutes even on my busiest day.
That's the point. A routine you can actually maintain beats a perfect schedule you abandon after 2 weeks.
Okay, third challenge. Unrealistic expectations about speed.
This connects back to the 30-day myth. Learners compare themselves to language influencers online, people who seem to speak 6 languages fluently and feel stupid if they're not progressing as fast.
Which is such an unfair comparison, because you don't see their years of struggle and mistakes on social media.
You see the highlight reel. You never see the 3 years of awkward conversations and confused moments that came before that fluent video.
Social media really does a number on our expectations.
The healthy mindset is this: compare yourself to who you were last month, not to someone else's final result.
Compare yourself to who you were last month. I want to write that on my wall.
Please do. Speed is personal. Consistent progress, even slow progress, always gets you there.
Okay, Mr. J, let's build a real daily routine for a beginner, like a concrete, practical 30-minute day.
Perfect. So, morning or whenever you start your day, 10 minutes of listening. One simple podcast episode, a short YouTube video at your level, or even just a scene from a show you enjoy.
Not passive listening, actually focused listening, where you're really trying to catch the meaning.
Exactly. Active listening. Then, 10 minutes of repetition practice. Take sentences you heard or read and say them out loud. Copy the rhythm, the pronunciation, the natural speed.
Like shadowing, where you copy exactly how a native speaker sounds?
Exactly like shadowing. It trains your mouth and your ear at the same time.
Then what?
5 minutes of speaking. Talk to yourself, talk to an AI, talk to a language partner. Use what you practiced. Even just retell in English what you listened to earlier.
Oh, that's clever. So you're using the input as material for your speaking practice.
Everything connects. And the final 5 minutes, review. Quick flashcard session of your high-frequency vocabulary. Let the app schedule it. Trust the spaced system.
So the full 30 minutes is listen, repeat, speak, review. 4 steps, 4 chunks of time.
Simple enough to actually do, powerful enough to actually work.
And anyone can find 30 minutes before work, during lunch, before bed.
Every single day, not 3 big sessions a week, every day.
Okay, I feel like we need a motivational moment here because this has been such a packed episode.
Here's what I want every listener to hold on to. You are not starting from zero. You already know some English just from existing in this world. You hear it in music, in films, in apps. That's already a foundation.
And every single word you add from here is a step forward. Not a test, not a competition, just steps forward.
And the methods we talked about today, they're not experimental. They're backed by research and by real people who went from beginner to confident English speaker using exactly these approaches.
So it's not a question of can you learn English fast, it's a question of will you choose the right path and stay consistent.
That's the whole answer, really. Right path, consistent effort, good rest, and patience with yourself.
Okay, I want to do my own recap now because I think that helps our listeners hear it one more time in simple words.
Go for it.
All right, so today I learned that the fastest way to learn English is not one magic thing. It's a smart combination of habits. Speak every day, even alone and even badly. Learn the most common words first, 1,000 to 3,000 words, not everything at once. Listen to and read English that you mostly understand and that you actually enjoy. Review with spaced practice, short sessions every day, not big cramming sessions. Sleep well, because your brain needs that time to store what you learned.
And in 2026, use AI tools to practice speaking, get feedback, and personalize your learning. They remove the 2 biggest barriers, fear and access.
And the myths, you don't need to live abroad, you don't need perfect grammar before speaking, and no course makes you fluent in 30 days, but you can see real progress in weeks with the right habits.
Perfect recap, May. Seriously, that was clean and clear.
See, English is getting better.
Every single episode.
Okay, before we close, we have a question for you, our listeners, and we want you to answer this in the comments.
The question is this. Out of the 5 pillars we talked about today, speaking daily, vocabulary, input, spaced review, and sleep, which one do you think is your biggest weakness right now?
Tell us in the comments because honestly, knowing your weak spot is the first step to fixing it.
And if you want us to do a deep dive episode on any one of these pillars, tell us that too. We listen to every comment.
We really do. This podcast is built for you, and every episode topic comes from what you tell us you need.
So keep the feedback coming. It genuinely shapes what we make.
And if this episode helped you, please share it with one person who's learning English right now. One share can seriously change someone's whole journey.
Thank you for spending this time with us today. Keep speaking, keep listening, keep showing up, even on the hard days.
Especially on the hard days. That's when progress is actually happening, even when it doesn't feel like it.
Until next time, stay curious, stay consistent.
And keep your English growing. Bye, everyone.
See you next episode.